The most powerful transformation in life begins the moment you decide to turn your attention inward. Too often, people become consumed by what others are doing, comparing their progress, measuring their worth against external standards, and allowing the noise of the world to dictate their thoughts. But the truth is this: your reality is shaped by where you place your focus. When you focus on yourself, on your thoughts, your desires, and your imagination, you unlock the power to create the life you truly want. Nothing outside of you holds the power to define your destiny unless you give it permission. Your life is not determined by chance or external circumstances. It is a direct reflection of the ideas you consistently hold in your mind. When you shift your focus from what others are doing to who you are becoming, you take control of your reality. Every thought you persist in accepting as true begins to crystallize into form. But this process requires your attention. It requires you to withdraw energy from the external world and invest it fully in your inner vision. What you give your attention to, you give life to. When you waste energy observing others or worrying about their opinions, you scatter your creative power. But when you focus on yourself, on your dreams, your beliefs, and your vision, you gather that power and direct it towards shaping the life you desire. Imagination is not a passive tool. It is the blueprint of your reality. Everything you wish to experience already exists as a possibility within you. The key is to focus on what you want to bring forth, not on what others are doing. When you allow your imagination to dwell on your desires and hold those visions as real, the world will begin to shift in response. But if your attention is constantly fixed on external conditions or the lives of others, you block the flow of creative energy. To change your life, you must first change the images you hold within yourself. This requires you to detach from the noise of the world and turn inward to the power that is already within you. It is easy to become distracted by the opinions of others. Society constantly bombards you with messages about who you should be, what you should do, and how you should live. But these external voices do not define you, unless you allow them to. The opinions of others are nothing more than reflections of their own beliefs, not yours. When you give weight to their judgments, you relinquish your creative authority. But when you focus on yourself and trust your inner vision, you reclaim that power. You no longer seek validation or approval because you know the truth. What you assume to be true about yourself and your life will manifest, regardless of what others think. To live the life you desire, you must become the person who already possesses it, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. This means shifting your attention away from external circumstances and embodying your desired state now. Imagine yourself as the person you wish to become. Feel the reality of your dreams as if they are already yours. This mental discipline allows you to call forth your desires into the physical world. But you cannot do this if you are constantly focused on what others have or what others think. You must live from within, from the assumption that you already are the person you seek to be. Persistence is the bridge between imagination and reality. It is not enough to focus on yourself for a moment. You must persist in that focus, regardless of what the outer world reflects. There will be moments when the evidence of your senses contradicts your vision. You may feel tempted to compare yourself to others or to doubt the reality of your desires. But these moments are tests of faith. To manifest your dreams, you must remain unwavering in your focus. You must continue to see yourself as already possessing what you seek, even when the world suggests otherwise. The longer you hold this inner conviction, the faster your outer reality will conform to your assumptions. The world is a mirror, reflecting back to you the contents of your consciousness. If you focus on lack, limitation, or the success of others, that is what you will continue to experience. But if you focus on your own growth, your own vision, and your own inner power, the world will adjust to reflect that reality. Your task is not to worry about how or when your desires will appear. It is to maintain the inner state of already having them. The law is simple. What you focus on with feeling and persistence must externalize itself in your life. The truth is, no one else is responsible for your life but you. No one else holds the power to shape your reality unless you allow them to. By focusing on yourself, you claim that power and direct it with intention. You no longer allow external circumstances to dictate your destiny. Instead, you become the conscious creator of your life. Every great achievement, every profound transformation begins with a person who dares to focus inward and trust their own imagination. You have that same power. It is always available to you, waiting for you to claim it. So let go of the habit of comparing yourself to others. Release the need for external validation. Stop allowing the opinions of the world to shape your self-concept. Instead, turn your attention inward. Focus on who you are becoming. Nurture the vision of your ideal self and live from that state of being. This is the path to true freedom. This is the key to creating a life that reflects your deepest desires. Everything you wish to be, do, or have is already within you. The only thing required is your focus. Your ability to persist in the inner vision despite any external appearances. When you master this focus, you will discover that the world will bend to reflect your assumptions. You are not here to live according to the limitations of others. You are here to create, to express, and to become the highest version of yourself. And that journey begins the moment you decide to focus on yourself and your dreams. The most profound truth you must understand is that your life is shaped by where you place your focus. The direction of your attention determines the reality you experience. Yet so many people spend their time and energy observing others, watching their successes, comparing their lives, and allowing outside influences to shape their thoughts and beliefs. But if you truly desire to transform your life, the first and most important step is to focus entirely on yourself. When you withdraw your attention from the external world and direct it inward, you awaken a power that can reshape everything around you. Everything you experience begins within your mind. Your thoughts, feelings, and assumptions are not passive. They are the creative forces that mold your reality. When you focus on yourself, your goals, desires, and imagination, you begin to harness that creative power. But when your attention is scattered, lost in comparison, consumed by the opinions of others, or distracted by external conditions, you lose touch with the creative force within you. This is why focusing on yourself is not selfish. It is the key to unlocking the life you wish to live. Only by turning inward can you claim control over your destiny. The world you experience is nothing more than a reflection of the ideas you consistently hold in your mind. If you focus on lack, limitation, or what others are doing, that is exactly what you will continue to encounter. But when you choose to focus on yourself, on your dreams, your vision, and your potential, you begin to shape the world according to your desires. What you give your attention to expands. This is not a passive principle. It is an active law that governs your reality. The more you pour your energy into your own growth and imagination, the more life responds to fulfill your vision. It is easy to become entangled in the noise of the world. Social media, society's expectations, and even the people around you can pull your focus outward, away from your own path. But this outward focus weakens your creative ability. When you allow the actions and opinions of others to consume your thoughts, you give away your power. You become a passive observer rather than an active creator. True transformation requires you to detach from external distractions and direct all your mental energy toward yourself and the reality you desire to experience. The power to shape your life lies in your imagination. Your imagination is not just a place for idle fantasies. It is the workshop of creation. What you imagine with feeling and persistence must externalize itself in your world. When you focus on yourself and imagine your life as you wish it to be, you set the process of creation into motion. This is why it is essential to guard your focus. If you allow yourself to be consumed by what others are doing, you scatter your creative energy. But when you remain faithful to your inner vision and focus on your own journey, you draw your desires into physical reality. To focus on yourself means to prioritize your inner world over external conditions. It means choosing your thoughts deliberately rather than reacting to appearances. It requires discipline to hold a vision of yourself as the person you wish to become while ignoring any evidence to the contrary. The outer world will always reflect your inner assumptions, but there is often a delay between the inner transformation and its outer manifestation. During that time, it is crucial to persist in your focus. You must continue to see yourself as already possessing what you desire, even when the physical world suggests otherwise. When you focus on yourself, you free yourself from the illusion of competition. There is no need to measure your progress against others or to seek external validation. What others achieve has no bearing on what you are capable of. Your reality is created from within, and no one else has the power to shape it unless you allow them to. By keeping your focus on yourself, you break free from the limitations imposed by external conditions. You become the master of your reality, and nothing is impossible for you. Focusing on yourself also means trusting your inner guidance. The answers you seek and the path you must follow are already within you. But you cannot hear that inner voice if you are constantly distracted by the noise of the external world. When you quiet your mind and turn your attention inward, you align yourself with the creative power that governs all things. This power is always working in your favor, but it requires your focus to bring forth your desires. The moment you decide to prioritize your inner world over external distractions, you activate this power and begin to shape your life according to your highest vision. Ultimately, focusing on yourself is an act of faith. It requires you to believe that your inner world is more real and more powerful than anything you see outside of you. It demands that you trust in the unseen and persist in your vision, even when the physical world seems unchanged. But as you hold this inner focus and refuse to be swayed by appearances, reality must bend to reflect your assumptions. The outer world is simply a mirror. It cannot show you anything that you have not first accepted as true within yourself. You are the creator of your reality. No one else holds that power. When you focus on yourself and direct your attention toward your desires, you reclaim the authority to shape your life. You are not here to live according to the limitations of others. You are here to create the life you desire, to express your highest vision, and to manifest the dreams that live within you. Your focus is the most powerful force in your life. Wherever you place your attention, that is where your energy flows. Yet so many people waste this precious energy by constantly observing others, measuring themselves against someone else's progress, and allowing external influences to dictate their thoughts and emotions. But the truth is, the more you focus outward, the weaker your ability to create the life you desire. You were never meant to be a passive observer of other people's lives. You were meant to be the conscious creator of your own. When you stop looking outside for validation, approval, or inspiration, and instead turn inward, you activate a power that can reshape your entire existence. The external world is merely a reflection of your inner state. If your mind is filled with distractions, comparison, doubt, and fear, your outer world will mirror this chaos. But if you choose to withdraw your focus from what others are doing and instead concentrate on your own thoughts, emotions, and imagination, you take control of what is reflected back to you. The mistake most people make is believing that they must first see change in their outer reality before they can feel successful, confident, or fulfilled. But that is an illusion. The world only changes after you change within. Your inner world comes first, always. When you focus on yourself, you begin to realize that everything you need is already within you. You do not need permission from the world to go after what you desire. You do not need to wait for circumstances to align before you take action. The only thing standing between you and your ideal life is where you place your attention. If you continue to focus on others, on their successes, their opinions, or their expectations, you delay your own growth. But the moment you shift your focus inward and recognize that you are the source of your own transformation, everything begins to change. It is tempting to look at others and assume they have something you don't. Perhaps they seem more successful, more confident, or more capable. But this is nothing more than an illusion created by your focus. What you observe in others is only a reflection of the potential that already exists within you. The reason you notice qualities in others is because they exist within you as well. The difference is that they have chosen to embody those qualities, while you may still be searching for them externally. But the truth is, you don't need to look outside of yourself to find confidence, success, or fulfillment. It is all within you, waiting to be acknowledged. Focusing on yourself means trusting your own path, even when it looks different from others. The greatest mistake you can make is assuming that your journey should look like someone else's. Your path is uniquely yours, and it will not unfold in the same way as anyone else's. If you spend your time comparing your progress to others, you will always feel like you are falling behind. But the moment you let go of comparison and recognize that your timing is perfect, you free yourself from unnecessary struggle. Your journey is unfolding exactly as it should, but you must have the courage to trust it. One of the greatest gifts of focusing on yourself is the peace it brings. When you stop worrying about what others are doing, what they think of you, or how they perceive your progress, You reclaim your mental energy. You no longer feel the need to explain yourself, to seek approval, or to justify your choices. Instead, you move with confidence, knowing that you are on the right path simply because you have chosen it. This inner certainty is what allows you to create with ease. It removes doubt, eliminates hesitation, and gives you the freedom to pursue your desires without distraction. The most successful people in the world are not those who spent their time watching others. They are the ones who stayed focused on their own vision, even when no one else could see it. They did not wait for permission or validation. They did not seek approval before taking action. They simply decided that their dreams were worth their full attention, and they moved forward with unwavering focus. You have the same power within you, but it requires discipline. It requires you to let go of distractions, to release the habit of comparison, and to trust that your inner world is the only thing that truly matters. The world will always try to pull your focus outward. It will tempt you with distractions, with the illusion of competition, and with the pressure to conform. But if you allow the world to dictate your focus, you lose your ability to create the reality you desire. Your life is yours alone, and the only way to shape it according to your vision is to direct all of your attention toward yourself. You are not here to follow someone else's path. You are here to carve your own. And that can only be done by mastering your focus. The power to change your life is already within you. It does not come from the outside world. It does not come from what others are doing or saying. It comes from where you place your attention. The more you focus on yourself, on your thoughts, your imagination, and your inner world, the more control you gain over your external reality. Everything you seek is already within you. And when you stop looking outside and start trusting yourself, you will finally see just how powerful you truly are. Imagination is the foundation of everything you experience in life. What you consistently imagine and believe to be true becomes the reality you live in. Yet many people waste their imagination by focusing on others, what they are doing, how they are succeeding, and how they are being perceived. When you direct your imagination toward others, you give away your creative power. But when you bring your imagination back to yourself and your desires, you reclaim the ability to shape your world. Every experience you have is a reflection of the assumptions and images you hold in your mind. If you want to change your life, you must first change the direction of your focus. When you allow your imagination to be consumed by what others are doing, you create limitations for yourself. You might begin to believe that someone else's success means there is less available for you. You might start to doubt your own path because it does not look like someone else's journey. These beliefs are not based on truth. They are the result of misplaced focus. The truth is, there are no limits to what you can achieve when you focus your imagination on yourself. You are not in competition with anyone else. The only limits that exist are the ones you accept. And the more you focus on others, the more you reinforce those limits. But when you turn your imagination inward and focus on your desires as if they are already yours, you begin to break free from those restrictions. Your imagination is not just a tool for wishful thinking. It is the creative force that shapes your reality. Every great achievement begins in the mind. What you imagine consistently with belief and conviction must come to pass. The reason many people fail to manifest their desires is that they scatter their focus. They spend too much time observing the external world instead of creating from within. But when you discipline your imagination and focus it solely on yourself and your vision, you tap into a power that cannot be denied. It is not enough to hope for change. You must see it clearly in your mind, feel it as if it is already yours, and persist in that assumption until it becomes your reality. One of the most profound truths is that your external world cannot change until your inner world changes first. Many people make the mistake of thinking they need to fix their outer circumstances before they can feel successful, loved, or fulfilled. But the outer world is only a mirror. It reflects what you are imagining and feeling inside. If you focus on others, you will continue to see their successes and feel the lack of your own. But if you shift your focus to yourself and your desires, you will begin to see evidence of your vision taking shape. Your imagination is like a seed, and your focus is the soil in which it grows. Whatever you nourish with your attention will expand and become your reality. When you focus on yourself, you begin to understand that your imagination is limitless. There are no barriers to what you can create except those you accept. The only reason others seem to have more is that they have directed their imagination toward their desires without doubt, or hesitation. You have the same power, but you must be willing to use it. Stop looking outside for confirmation or evidence. You do not need to wait for anyone else to approve of your vision. The moment you decide to focus on yourself and believe in the reality of your desires, the world must shift to reflect that decision. It cannot be otherwise, because your inner world always determines your outer world. The challenge is to maintain your focus on yourself, even when the external world tries to distract you. It is easy to fall into the habit of observing others and comparing your progress to theirs. But every time you do this, you dilute your creative power. Your energy becomes scattered and your imagination loses its potency. The more you focus on others, the less power you have to shape your own reality. But when you bring your focus back to yourself, when you consistently imagine and believe in your desires as if they are already fulfilled, you become the master of your destiny. Nothing outside of you can hold you back unless you give it the power to do so. The truth is, you do not need to concern yourself with anyone else's journey. Their path is theirs, and it has nothing to do with you. Your only responsibility is to focus on yourself and persist in your vision. Whatever you consistently imagine with feeling must manifest. It is a universal law. You do not need to chase opportunities or force circumstances to change. Your only task is to see yourself as the person you wish to become and to live from that state in your imagination. When you do this, the world will rearrange itself to match your inner reality. The power to change your life is in your hands, and it begins with your focus. You cannot create the life you want while your attention is divided. The world is full of distractions, but you must discipline your mind to ignore them. Focus on yourself. Imagine your desires fulfilled. Feel the reality of your vision as if it is already yours. And most importantly, refuse to let external appearances shake your conviction. What you imagine with persistence becomes your reality. You are the creator of your life, and your focus determines what you experience. Shift your attention inward, trust in your imagination, and watch as your world transforms before your eyes. Your imagination is the most powerful tool you possess, and where you direct your focus determines the reality you create. Many people allow their minds to become preoccupied with the lives and opinions of others, losing sight of their own desires and dreams. This scattered focus weakens your creative power and keeps you stuck in a cycle of frustration and limitation. But when you choose to focus on yourself, your inner vision becomes the driving force that shapes your world. Your thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions act as seeds, and the reality you experience is the harvest of what you consistently plant in your imagination. Focusing on yourself means becoming deeply aware of the thoughts you entertain and the assumptions you hold. Every belief you accept as true shapes the circumstances of your life. If you focus on others, what they think of you, how they live, or what they achieve, you give away your creative power. You begin to live reactively instead of deliberately. The more you compare yourself to others, the more you strengthen the illusion that your desires are out of reach. But when you bring your focus back to yourself and your vision, you reclaim your ability to shape your destiny. You realize that nothing outside of you has the power to limit or define you, unless you give it permission. Your inner world is the cause, and the outer world is only the effect. This is an unchanging truth. When you focus on others, you become trapped in the illusion that external circumstances have control over your life. But external reality is simply a mirror reflecting your inner state. If you want to see a new reflection, you must change what you are imagining and feeling within. The world will not shift until you do. The mistake many people make is to wait for external evidence before they believe their desires are possible. But the truth is, you must first accept your desires as already true in your imagination. The outer world cannot help but reflect this inner certainty. When you focus on yourself, you become the master of your reality. You no longer wait for circumstances to change. You change your inner state. Knowing the world must conform to your vision, this requires discipline and persistence. The mind naturally wants to wander and become absorbed in external distractions. But the more you allow your focus to drift outward, the more powerless you become. True power lies in the ability to hold your inner vision steady, regardless of what the outer world appears to be. The moment you decide to focus entirely on yourself and your desires, you activate a force that is unstoppable. Many people waste years of their lives focusing on others, what they are doing, how they are succeeding, and what opinions they hold. This is a misuse of imagination. Your imagination is not meant to be occupied with the external world. It is meant to create new possibilities from within. The more you focus on others, the more you reinforce the belief that you are limited or lacking. But when you shift your focus inward and imagine your desires as already fulfilled, you align yourself with the creative power that brings them to life. You do not need external validation to confirm your worth or your vision. Your belief is the only thing that matters, and the outer world must reflect it. The key to transforming your life lies in your ability to persist in the assumption that your desires are already yours. This means refusing to be swayed by appearances or the opinions of others. You do not need anyone's permission to live the life you desire. The only thing required is your unwavering focus on yourself and your vision. Do not waste time worrying about how others perceive you. Their opinions have no power unless you accept them as true. What matters is what you assume about yourself. If you consistently imagine yourself as the person you desire to be, the world cannot help but conform to that image. To focus on yourself is to take full responsibility for your life. You are not a victim of circumstances or other people's actions. Everything you experience is a reflection of your inner world. If you want to change your outer reality, you must first change the assumptions you hold about yourself. This is not a passive process. It requires deliberate attention and commitment. You must train your mind to dwell only on what you desire and to ignore anything that contradicts it. The world may present obstacles or challenges, but these are only reflections of past assumptions. When you persist in your inner vision, these obstacles must dissolve. You must understand that the world responds to the dominant ideas you hold in your imagination. If you focus on limitations, you will continue to encounter them. If you focus on others, you will remain entangled in their reality instead of creating your own. But if you discipline your mind to focus solely on yourself and your vision, you will begin to see the evidence of your desires manifesting effortlessly. Your imagination is the cause of everything you experience, and nothing is beyond your reach when you use it deliberately. The power to shape your life lies entirely within you. No one else has the ability to define your reality unless you allow it. You must take your focus away from the external world and direct it inward. Imagine yourself already living the life you desire. Feel the reality of your vision as if it is already true. Persist in this inner knowing, and the outer world must align. The moment you choose to focus entirely on yourself and your vision, you activate a creative force that nothing can stop. This is the key to unlocking the life you are meant to live. When you focus on yourself, you reclaim your power to shape your reality. Too often, people allow their attention to be scattered across the external world, constantly reacting to others' opinions, actions, and judgments. This external focus weakens your creative ability and keeps you trapped in a cycle of limitation. But when you choose to focus on yourself, you become the master of your destiny. You realize that everything you desire is already within you, waiting to be expressed. Your imagination is the most powerful tool you possess, and where you direct your attention determines the reality you experience. If you allow your thoughts to dwell on others, you give away this power. But when you turn your focus inward, you harness the creative force that shapes your world. Your mind is like a garden, and your thoughts are the seeds you plant. Whatever you consistently focus on will grow and manifest in your reality. If you spend your time observing others, comparing yourself to them, or worrying about their opinions, you plant seeds of doubt, insecurity, and lack. These thoughts will take root and shape the experiences you encounter. But when you consciously choose to focus on yourself, you plant seeds of confidence, abundance, and success. The world cannot help but reflect these inner beliefs back to you. Your reality is not determined by external circumstances. It is shaped by the assumptions you hold about yourself. The more you focus on your own vision and desires, the more you align yourself with the creative power that brings them to life. One of the greatest obstacles to personal transformation is the habit of comparing yourself to others. When you focus on what others are doing, achieving, or thinking, you shift your energy away from your own creative potential. This creates a sense of lack and separation, reinforcing the belief that your desires are out of reach. But the truth is, no one outside of you has the power to limit or define your reality. Your life is a reflection of what you assume to be true about yourself. When you focus solely on yourself, you break free from the illusion of limitation and step into your creative authority. You no longer need external validation to confirm your worth. You know that everything you seek already exists within you, waiting to be realized. To focus on yourself is not an act of selfishness, it is an act of self-mastery. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and you cannot create a fulfilling life while your energy is scattered across the external world. When you turn your attention inward, you cultivate the qualities and beliefs that align with your desires. This inner work is the foundation for all external manifestations. You cannot change your outer world without first changing your inner world. Every thought you think, every assumption you hold, and every feeling you cultivate shapes the reality you experience. By focusing on yourself, you take full responsibility for your life and become the conscious creator of your experience. One of the most powerful things you can do is to withdraw your attention from external distractions and direct it inward. This requires discipline and persistence. The world will always present you with reasons to focus on others, whether it be through social media, conversations, or societal expectations. But you must remember that your power lies in your ability to choose where you place your focus. When you make the decision to prioritize yourself and your vision, you activate a creative force that is unstoppable. The outer world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner state. If you want to see a new reflection, you must first change what you are imagining and believing within. When you focus on yourself, you develop an inner stability that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. You no longer react to the opinions or actions of others because you understand that these are merely reflections of old assumptions. Instead, you hold your vision steady and trust in the creative process. This unwavering focus is what brings your desires into reality. The world may not immediately reflect your new assumptions, but if you persist in your inner vision, it must conform. Reality cannot help but align with the dominant ideas you hold in your imagination. Your focus is the key to this transformation. The more you dwell on what you desire, the more real it becomes in your experience. It is easy to become distracted by what others are doing or saying, but these external factors have no power unless you give them your attention. You must guard your mind and focus only on what you want to experience. This does not mean ignoring the world entirely. It means refusing to let the world dictate your inner state. You are the operant power, and nothing can interfere with your creative authority unless you allow it. When you focus on yourself, you step into this power fully. You no longer wait for circumstances to change. You change your inner state, knowing the outer world must follow. The ability to focus on yourself is a form of freedom. It liberates you from the need for approval and the fear of judgment. You no longer seek validation from others because you know that everything you desire already exists within you. This inner certainty is what draws your desires into reality. When you hold your vision with unwavering focus, the world cannot resist reflecting it back to you. Every great achievement begins with this inner work. The people who succeed are not those who obsess over others. They are the ones who discipline their minds to focus solely on their vision. This is the secret to creating a life of purpose, abundance, and fulfillment. You have the power to shape your reality, but this power can only be accessed when you focus on yourself. Stop wasting your energy on external distractions and turn your attention inward. Imagine the life you desire is already yours. Feel the reality of your vision and hold it firmly in your mind. Refuse to be swayed by appearances or the opinions of others. Your focus is the bridge between imagination and reality. The more you dwell on your desires, the faster they will manifest. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are the creator of your life. Everything you seek is already within you, waiting to be realized. The moment you choose to focus on yourself and your vision, you activate a creative power that nothing can stop. This is the path to true freedom and the key to unlocking your limitless potential. When you focus on yourself, you take full control of your life and your destiny. You are no longer at the mercy of external circumstances or the opinions of others. Instead, you become the master of your reality by directing your thoughts and energy toward your own growth and desires. This is not an act of selfishness. It is an act of self-empowerment. The world you experience is a direct reflection of your inner state. And when you shift your focus inward, you align yourself with the creative power that shapes everything around you. This power has always been within you, but it can only be activated through conscious focus and belief. By prioritizing your vision and refusing to be distracted by external noise, you unlock the ability to manifest any reality you desire. When you focus on yourself, you free yourself from the need for validation. Many people spend their lives seeking approval from others, constantly measuring their worth by how they are perceived. This external focus weakens your creative ability and keeps you trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and limitation. But when you turn your attention inward, you no longer require anyone else's permission to succeed. You understand that your worth is not determined by others. It is determined by the assumptions you hold about yourself. The moment you claim your own power, you become unstoppable. The world cannot help but reflect your inner conviction back to you. This is why focusing on yourself is the foundation for all success. It is not the opinions of others that shape your reality. It is the beliefs you hold within. To create a new reality, you must withdraw your attention from the things that contradict your desires. If you constantly focus on what others are doing, saying, or thinking, you dilute your creative energy. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess, but that power is only activated when you discipline your focus. When you choose to focus solely on yourself and your vision, you direct this power with precision. This means imagining the life you desire as if it is already yours. It means holding that vision steady, regardless of what the outer world reflects. If you allow external distractions to dictate your thoughts, you remain bound by the limitations of the current reality. But when you focus on yourself, you transcend these limitations and step into a new level of creative authority. The world you experience is nothing more than a mirror of your inner assumption. When you focus on others, you reinforce the illusion that your life is shaped by external forces. But when you focus on yourself, you reclaim your creative power and realize that you are the operant force behind everything you encounter. This realization frees you from the need to control or change external conditions. Instead, you change your inner world knowing that the outer world must follow. This is the essence of true power. It is the ability to direct your attention toward your vision, regardless of appearances. By doing this consistently, you transform your reality from the inside out. Your focus becomes the catalyst for every change you desire. Focusing on yourself requires a commitment to your vision. It is easy to become distracted by the noise of the external world. Social media, societal expectations, and the opinions of others constantly pull at your attention. But if you want to create a life of purpose and fulfillment, you must resist these distractions and prioritize your inner work. This does not mean ignoring the world entirely. It means refusing to let the world dictate your beliefs. You are the creator of your reality, and nothing outside of you has the power to define or limit you. When you focus on yourself, you step into this truth fully. You no longer react to circumstances. You shape them by holding your vision with unwavering belief. One of the most profound truths you can realize is that you already have everything you need to succeed. Your imagination is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. When you focus on yourself, you tap into this limitless creative power. You no longer wait for conditions to change. You change your assumptions and trust that the outer world will reflect this shift. This requires persistence and faith. There may be times when the outer world contradicts your inner vision, but if you remain focused, reality must conform. This is not wishful thinking, it is a law of consciousness. Whatever you focus on with belief will manifest in your experience. When you prioritize yourself and your vision, you activate this law in your favor. Focusing on yourself also means trusting your own inner guidance. The answers you seek are not found in the opinions of others. They are found within you. When you quiet the external noise and tune into your own intuition, you receive the inspiration and direction you need. This inner voice is always available to guide you, but you must be willing to listen. By focusing on yourself, you create the mental and emotional space to receive this guidance. You no longer need to seek outside confirmation because you know that your vision is enough. This inner certainty is what separates those who achieve great things from those who remain stuck. The difference is not in external resources. It is in the ability to focus inward and trust in the unseen. When you choose to focus on yourself, you reclaim your freedom. You are no longer bound by the limitations imposed by others. You no longer need approval or permission to pursue your dreams. You understand that the only thing that matters is the vision you hold within. This self-focus is the foundation for a life of greatness. Every major achievement begins with a decision to prioritize your own inner work. The people who create extraordinary lives are not those who obsess over others. They are the ones who focus relentlessly on their vision and refuse to be distracted by external noise. This unwavering focus is the key to unlocking your full potential. You hold the power to shape your reality, but this power can only be accessed when you focus on yourself. Stop giving your attention to things that do not serve your vision. Withdraw your focus from the external world and turn it inward. Imagine the life you desire as already yours. Feel the reality of your vision and hold it with conviction. Refuse to let external distractions or temporary appearances sway you. The moment you prioritize yourself, you activate a creative force that nothing can stop. This is the secret to living a life of purpose, fulfillment, and limitless possibility. In the end, the most powerful thing you can do is focus on yourself and your vision. Everything you desire, every dream you hold, and every possibility you seek is already within you, waiting to be realized. The world around you is not in control of your destiny. You are. The moment you shift your attention inward and prioritize your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, you step into the role of the creator. No one else can walk this path for you. No external opinion can shape your reality unless you allow it. By focusing on yourself, you reclaim your power and direct your energy toward building the life you truly want. When you stop seeking validation from others and begin to trust your own inner guidance, you unlock a new level of freedom. You no longer live according to external expectations or societal pressures. Instead, you live according to the vision you hold within. This shift is not only liberating, it is transformative. It allows you to move from a place of reaction to a place of creation. You are no longer a bystander in your own life. You become the architect of your destiny, shaping your reality with every thought you choose to entertain. This inner work is the foundation for all meaningful change. Focusing on yourself does not mean isolating yourself from the world. It means mastering your inner world so the outer world reflects your desires. The more you cultivate this inner focus, the less you will be swayed by appearances. You will no longer react to temporary setbacks or external challenges because you will know that your inner state determines everything. When you maintain a clear and persistent vision, the external world must conform to it. This is not a matter of chance, it is a law of consciousness. What you consistently imagine, believe, and feel will manifest in your reality. Your job is to hold that vision with unwavering faith, regardless of what the current circumstances suggest. There will always be distractions trying to pull your attention away from yourself. The noise of the world is constant. Opinions, comparisons, and doubts surround you. But when you focus on yourself, you rise above the noise. You recognize that none of these external factors have the power to define you. The only thing that truly matters is the vision you hold and the belief you nurture within. By tuning out the distractions and tuning into your own inner world, you create a powerful energetic shift. This shift is what allows new possibilities to emerge. It is the key to transforming your life from the inside out. The path to your greatest achievements is not found outside of you, it is found within. When you focus on yourself, you tap into the unlimited creative power that is always available. You no longer wait for circumstances to change or for others to approve of your dreams. You simply decide that your vision is possible and then live from that reality. This mindset not only accelerates your progress, it makes your success inevitable. By choosing to focus on yourself, you align with the universal truth that you are the operant power. You are not subject to the world, you are the creator of it. Every time you focus on yourself and your vision, you take a step closer to the life you desire. The world will reflect back to you exactly what you hold within. If you believe in your dreams and persist in that belief, nothing can stand in your way. This is not a temporary practice. It is a way of life. It requires faith, patience, and commitment. But the reward is beyond measure. You will no longer live at the mercy of external forces. Instead, you will walk through life knowing that you are the source of everything you experience. This inner knowing is the greatest power you can possess. So commit to focusing on yourself. Let go of the need for external validation. Trust in your vision, even when no one else sees it. Prioritize your inner work and refuse to be distracted by the noise of the world. When you do this, you will not only transform your own life, you will become an inspiration to others. You will prove that it is possible to create a life of purpose, fulfillment, and limitless possibility. Everything you seek is already within you. Focus on yourself, trust the process, and watch as your reality begins to reflect the greatness you have always had within.